Now we'll go to the factors affecting evaporation. Here we have two bowls of water. There's one bowl of water here on a hot day, and there's another bowl of water here on a cool day. Now on a hot day, there is a large amount of heat around. It's hot, so the amount of heat is large in the surrounding. And you definitely know evaporation will take place faster, because since there is large amount of heat, these water molecules will receive this heat. There are lots of heat available for these water molecules, and then they would escape into the surroundings very easily, since there's a large amount of heat available. But when you come to a cool day, the day is cool, means the amount of heat is less. So the heat available for the water molecules is less. So few water molecules would escape into the surrounding. A few of them, not as many as on a hot day. You can say that higher the temperature, more is the temperature, faster is the rate of evaporation. Another example is when we put clothes to dry. On a hot day, we find the clothes dry faster. The water molecules leave the clothes much faster. And that's because there is high temperature and the water molecules find it easier to leave the clothes. So we've seen the evaporation takes place faster and the clothes will dry much faster. But on a cool day, there is less heat, and this evaporation from the clothes take place slower. So we go back again. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing temperature, because the water molecules get heat, they can easily escape and turn into vapor. Now it is our experience that when we have tea in here, there are two, we have tea in a cup and tea in a saucer. And where do you expect the evaporation to take place faster? If you have seen the tea in a cup, the amount of molecules present on the surface are less. But when it comes to the saucer, the amount of molecules present on the surface is much more. So here a few molecules will escape at a time. But when it comes to the saucer, the number of molecules escaping will be much more, because there are more, the surface area is much more. There are more molecules that are able to escape from the liquid. So larger the surface area, like in this case, large surface area, more evaporation. The less the surface area, there will be less evaporation takes place. And another point we must note here is evaporation is a surface phenomena, because it is only the particles on the surface that first evaporate. The next factor that affects evaporation is humidity. Now humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. So here we have a humid day. What do you mean by humid day? A humid day means large amount of water vapor in the air. The air is filled with water vapor, because humidity means amount of water vapor in the air. High humidity means a lot of water vapor. Now what do you mean by a dry day? A dry day means there is less water vapor in the air. Now when we compare a humid day and a dry day, here there is a puddle of water on a humid day, and here is a puddle of water on a dry day. It's easy for you to understand that on a humid day, since there is so much of water molecules in the air, the water molecules from this puddle, from this, we'll put it in another color, this water molecules from here will find it difficult to escape into the air, because the air is already filled with water vapor. There isn't much space for more water vapor. But when you go to a dry day, you have these water molecules, and they will find it very easy to escape into the air, because there is so much space available for more water vapor. So on a humid day, the evaporation is less, but on a dry day, the evaporation increases. So we go back and see humidity is nothing but amount of water vapor in the air. And high humidity will decrease, there will be a decrease in evaporation. Now we'll see how wind speed affects evaporation. Here I have a puddle of water, and in this puddle of water there are some molecules that have evaporated, and if there is no wind, these molecules will remain close to this puddle of water. And as time passes, the evaporation will definitely decrease because the humidity in this area will increase. In this area, the humidity will increase. But suppose now there is a wind that begins to blow. Here there is a wind that begins to blow. So what will the wind do? The wind will push the water away. So have you seen, the wind has pushed the water vapor away, which means now more water molecules can enter into this area. And if there is more wind, these water molecules too will be pushed away, allowing more water molecules to enter into the vapor state. So more wind, greater the speed wind, greater is the evaporation. That's the reason why many a times, if you have not washed your uniform and late night you wash your uniform and you wanted to dry next day, what do? You keep it under a fan. And under a fan, the uniform dries faster because the rate of evaporation increases with wind speed. So the rate of evaporation increases with wind speed.